Hello everyone and welcome to the Cobra Corner. In today's episode I'm going to be reviewing episode 3 of season 4, titled Then Learn Fly. I have to mention that this will not be a spoiler-free review and I will dive deep into the spoilers, so if you are yet to watch season 4 of Cobra Kai, or Cobra Kai in general, now would be the time to avoid this video. The episode begins with a training montage showcasing Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang training. There seems to be real cohesion now between the two dojos, and Johnny and Daniel are even sharing lunch with each other. Who would have thought we'd be saying that at the start of season 1? After a day of training, Johnny, Carmen and Miguel join Daniel, Amanda and Sam for dinner. We then go to the Silver Mansion where Terry is about to eat breakfast. Whilst his breakfast is being prepared, however, he experiences what I believe to be symptoms of PTSD as he suffers flashbacks to Vietnam. He instead decides to skip breakfast and announces to his servant that he's going to clear his head. At Cobra Kai, whilst the Cobra Kai students are going through some drills, Kenny arrives in search of Robbie. He tells Robbie that he's experiencing bullying, and Kreese interrupts him and tells him that Cobra Kai can help him fight his own battles, but first he has to earn it. Back at Miyagi-Do, Daniel has the Eagle Fang students and he sets them the challenge to catch koi fish in the pond. Whoever does so can lead class all week. Johnny has took all the Miyagi-Do students to a rooftop and he sets them a challenge of jumping off the roof onto the nets. All of the Miyagi-Do students, however, refuse to do it. At the Cobra Kai dojo, Kreese matches Kenny with Kyler. On 2 occasions, Kyler chases Kenny off the mat and Kreese announces that he's seen enough and that with the Old Valley being just a few short months away, he has no time for losers, and Kenny leaves very dejected. Back at Miyagi Fang, Daniel offers to help Miguel and Carmen with their car, which is broke down. Back on the rooftop, Johnny and Sam argue over it. However, I think Johnny's words have an impact on Sam, and she does believe what he's saying. Terry Silver returns to the Cobra Kai dojo, but seems to be in 2 minds about what he's doing or why he's doing it. Silver states to Kreese that there are hundreds of other senseis in the valleys that could help him win the war, so why him? Kreese responds that he doesn't trust anyone more than he trusts Terry. Robbie visits Kenny to return his backpack. Robbie can't teach Kenny because he has to focus on the Old Valley, but upon seeing some of the bullying Kenny is receiving, Robbie agrees to teach him a few moves. Kenny is still a bit sheepish, but Robbie encourages him to use his speed as a way of attacking his opponents instead of using it to escape from them. Daniel and Miguel are about to begin fixing Carmen's car, before Daniel claims he knows a great repair guy before patting Miguel on the shoulders. In conversation with Miguel, Daniel reveals that he didn't even go to college and spent all the money he had on his trip to Okinawa before spending the money he won in Okinawa on a bonsai tree store. This comforts Miguel, who felt under pressure to get a good education in fear of Daniel not deeming him good enough for Sam. Back on the rooftop, Johnny, who appears fed up with the Miyagi-Do students, announces that they all fell. But after this, Sam makes a jump from one rooftop to the next and succeeds. We go back to Silver, who has taken his medication before revealing a laser tattoo removal scar. We then get another flashback to him and Kreese getting their Cobra tattoos. We also see Kreese give Silver the poster for the 7th annual All Valley Karate Championship, so this would have been around 1975. Silver announces to Kreese that he can't continue the everyday running of Cobra Kai due to his father wanting him to take over his company. Kreese, however, tells Silver that he can't do it without him. Silver wants to put Vietnam and karate behind him, but he's unsure on if he can ever live a normal life again, so Kreese comforts him. We then revert back to modern day Silver and we see him reach for a hairband as he ties his hair back. Johnny visits Carmen and says he can't sit in the back seat anymore and he wants to take the leap with her. Carmen agrees. Back at Cobra Kai, Kenny returns and wants another roll of the dice. Kreese claims he doesn't have the time for him, but Robbie asks Kreese to give him one more chance. Kreese reluctantly tells Kenny to get on the mat. Kenny once again is chased off the mat and he is once again laughed at by the rest of the class. Kenny then, in anger, punches Kyler with no warning. And at this point it seems Kreese warms to Kenny and allows him a place in the Cobra Kai dojo. This is one of the rare times that we actually get to see Kreese show any sort of remorse or sympathy for someone, so it shows that he is actually improving as a person, even if it's extremely slowly. Back at Miyagi-Fang, Miguel has finally worked out a way of catching the koi, moving in a circle. In doing so, all the koi move under the wooden circular board and Miguel grabs the koi. Johnny and the remaining Miyagi-Do students arrive at the Miyagi-Do dojo just in time for Johnny to witness Miguel being awarded a Miyagi headband. This irritates Johnny and the episode ends. I think this episode was a little bit slower, but we gained a lot from it. I personally enjoyed seeing the relationship between Johnny and Sam play out as well as Miguel and Daniel's relationship. Really, this episode was the first time on screen we get to see Sam and Johnny talk to each other, and I think Johnny, having been a rich kid, knows what it's like to have immeasurable pressure from your parents, which is where he sympathises with Sam. On the complete opposite side of the spectrum is Daniel and Miguel, and they both relate to each other, having hard-working single mothers attempting to provide a better life for them, whilst they both struggle to find what it is that they really want in life. We got to see another flashback featuring young Kreese and Silver, and honestly I'm so happy that we got to see Barrett Carnahan and Nick Marini back for it. I think Silver is finally now ready to join Cobra Kai. Kenny earns his spot as a Cobra Kai member, and I'm excited to see where he goes from here. I think Kreese tries his best to keep a tough persona at least 99% of the time, but in this episode we saw that persona slip at times, like when he allowed Kenny to join. That's all we have time for today on the Cobra Corner. Make sure to leave your thoughts on the episode below and tell me how you're enjoying Season 4, and I will catch you on the next one.